Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrew, and I don't want to work anymore. And here on my channel, we're trading the Nasdaq and an ICT first presented fair value gap. I will get into the stats of this strategy right now. I've been back testing this since October 7th, and we do have some missing data about 35 days here. Actually, that doesn't look that much here. 11 days I'm missing of trading data. They're in December and January, and then I have all of it going forward from there. I did miss Thursday's trading data, but I have yesterday's. So anyway, the numbers: 353 trades, 126 trading days, 200 wins, 152 losses, a 56.9% win-loss ratio, and total point accumulation of 6,431 points. Average points per day, 51. Average RR, I need to update this, but it's probably accurate, around 4.5. So, profitable for sure. We have the market opening right now on this candle, and we're going to mark out our opening price like we do every day, and we make that one pink. On the right, I have a 15-minute chart. The big orange box here is the new week opening range, and down here is our new day opening gap. So we're in a premium. Looks like we're going to work down in there, but we still need to work up into this new week opening gap as well. Looks like we've created relatively equal highs here. That's the London high. And we're just going to wait for the first gap here overnight. Sorry, the first gap here in the morning. Hope everyone's having a good day. Yesterday was a great trading day. I missed it being on a fishing trip, but the numbers were there. The video is up from yesterday. I had to do it twice. I was in my van. Sorry, I was at the cabin making the video, but I didn't have the microphone set up to be taken from the laptop internal mic. And so there was no sound, and someone was happy enough to point out that Jim from the office was, you couldn't hear me. Anyway, inside joke for me and that guy. I also wanted to point out I am looking at these equal lows today. If we're going to move down and we got this gap, those are the lows that we're going after. I kind of feel for the week we have come down and we're ready to go up for the rest of the week, or maybe chop around. I think we're making a bottom here and working to go higher. So let's look at a weekly chart. And yeah, I feel like this weekly chart's going to be bullish, and we're going to be striving to take out this high maybe. Since we already took out the low, maybe we'll flirt with the top of this one. But yeah, we'll see. And then for today's range, I think we need to, I think we got this, I think we're in a premium range here and we need to work down. So if we grab the fib, that's going to be, yeah, coming down past our opening day range, overnight new day opening gap range. So we're going to work down here, take out those equal lows. There's this fair value gap here also, and possibly take out these lows and work into this fair value gap before we can go higher. So we'll see what happens. But we just trade the first gap anyway. I had some levels marked out here for Asia's overnight prices from the day before. So electronic trading hours. Yeah, London's high is 258. We'll mark that out. It's got to be this guy here. No. $258. Where are you? Anyway, up there. Maybe later. Is this a gap here, guys? No, it can't be. No. But yeah, looking for lower prices first today before we can go higher. What would the fib look like if we went from the bottom here up to there? No gaps to speak of yet, guys. We're gonna look at a 1 hour chart here on the right. I've been looking at this gap for days now, all last week. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was looking at this gap and working down into it. And yesterday we finally had this beautiful sell-off right into the midpoint of that gap that was left over here underneath this candle, and left part of it open. And yeah, I was waiting for this trade, and unfortunately I didn't catch it. But someone was asking, how do we find out when we're going to have these big range days? And if you look at the daily, ICT said this once upon a time. I'll see if we can see it here on this. Yeah. Okay, it's a little busy, but this doji candle is an inside candle. The range of this candle is inside this candle's range. So the high never took out the high, and the low never took out the low. And we got a bullish fair value gap starting to rip higher here. We're going to get ready to go for a long. And 107. So that makes it 102. This is a little dangerous because it's in a consolidation basically. I would rather take a gap that's outside of out of this range. That might be one qualifier. that I'll have to go back test and see. If you get the first fair value gap and it's inside of the first range, does it count? But I am going to take it because that's what the model says to do. So there we are. We're in on our first trade, going long, and already it's looking like I'm gonna regret this one. But yeah, that's interesting to check out now. I'm really going to back test that. But what was I talking about? Inside range days. That's how you can, when ICT says when you have an inside range candle, that is pretty much a good indication that you're going to have a large range day the next day. So where was that daily candle? This little doji here worked inside this candle's range, and then this is our big one. And so here's another little inside range day, and then we had another big one there on Wednesday. This is an inside range day. So yeah, I don't know. I think specifically dojis. So check those out. Where are we at here? So we're about to take out London's high here. And we will see. Do we continue higher or do we reverse from here now that we've taken out this high? $191. So this is our first presented fair value gap here, guys. We'll see if we make another one onto the upside. And we're going to add a position. It's going to go, stop loss is going to go there as long as this gap survives. This is going to be our second presented fair value gap. I'm going to remove this London high now. We got 30 seconds for this gap. Ten more seconds. Okay, we have two positions on. Position one, stop loss goes up with stop loss number 2. And the only thing we have to worry about now is because we've taken out that London high, are we going to have an inversion here? And if we have an inversion, I'm closing the trade. Since I am looking for lower prices today first. But in the event that I'm wrong, we're on the right side going north. Starting to get another gap here, but we cannot act on that since our stop loss would have to go here and it is below our second position. So we must wait for another gap. We gotta wait 2 more minutes still. Profit's looking good though. I've been thinking about putting like a piece of tape over these numbers to hide the profit, just so I don't get so excited. More like just an emotional way to regulate myself, I guess you can say. We're gonna have another gap opening up here, guys, and we're gonna act on this one. Our stop loss would have to go here. And we got 30 seconds on this candle. We are really reaching for that London high and into the new week opening gap. 10 seconds on this candle. It's a really big. It's a really big candle. Okay, stop losses are coming up. Position 2. What is going on here? Oh, right. There we go. Move that up there. Modify. And then we will continue to just move our gaps, or sorry, our stop losses up with every gap thereafter. No, we don't like taking take profit levels here, but this is probably going to be one of those levels I need to highly consider once we tap into that London high. We can move our stops now up some more to the bottom of this candle. And we are locking in profits, and you can come up here and reduce. It's about time for a retracement. Yeah, this is going really good, guys. The strategy is you reward yourself for being in the trend instead of setting a take profit and just having one position on. I'm going to make a video about, I know people talk about taking partials, but that would increase your risk. So say you had 3 positions on and you wanted to make the same money that I'm going to make now, you would have to risk 3 positions on your first position, right? So it's like 3 times the risk. But here, you only risk on 1 position at a time. And I don't know which one makes more money, or are they the exact same, because I'm basically averaging in versus someone else is averaging out. So the only difference is the initial risk. If you're wrong on your first position, then you lose 3 times the money. If that makes sense to you guys. Give me a like, subscribe, throw me a comment. Come on, guys. Does this make sense to you? I feel like I've been trading for about 15 months now, and I've watched tons of YouTube videos just like you guys, trying to find, a strategy that works, or just trying to, learn and figure this all out. And I don't think anyone's ever talked about averaging in and having risk only on 1 position. I've only heard about taking partials. This is the killer now. When you've been consolidating and you're in profit, this is where my nerves get to me. Especially the retracements. But yeah, and then we also got, so this is a really big 5-minute gap. These freak me out too. So this is going to retrace in here on the 5-minute. Now, how deep is it going to go? I would suspect it's going to go into the middle and flirt with my initial or my second position. And we haven't taken out that London high yet. We did last night's, but now we're going for London high on Sunday night, or I guess early Monday morning. In this situation, I feel like I should recognize to move my stop loss lower. But that's not in my back testing. But from experience, I can see this is something that I should do. And we will just allow our stop to get hit. We're still going to be in profit for like, whatever, $60. We could be totally safe there and keep going. Oh. Yeah, guys, I don't want to work anymore. I just want to fish like I did all weekend. That was great. Oh, are we gonna survive this? We just might. We got another 40 something seconds on this candle, on the 5-minute candle. I think we're gonna make it, guys. Look at this. It's really good to see that there was no bearish fair value gaps created as we came down here. New 5-minute candle. I believe this low is going to be safe. I'd like to think it is anyway. I guess not. This really looked like it was going to survive. We're making a double, an equal low here. Is that what's happening? Now we can move higher. We're going to consolidate for another 4 minutes before we go higher. Yeah, I feel like we're just going to consolidate here for the next 5 minutes. This would be our high for the hour. And then we came down. And then what? The new candle is going to open up at 7 and we're going to come down and take out my... How's this going to work? You got to start thinking about how the 1 hour candle is going to form and look like. So let's have a look at the 1 hour, because this is, I've been finding this is pretty important when you get close to that next candle printing, right? So you got your wick and you got to do the same thing. So when the new candle opens up, it needs to come down and make a new wick before it can continue higher. And I believe we're still going to go higher before turning around. Let's see what the fib says. Oh, that's not the right. Yeah, so the fib says we gotta go up here before we can turn around. Or think about it anyway. So we got some gains. But what's that hour candle gonna do? 50 seconds left. So it's going to push up and then it's going to come back down into this fair value gap here. I'm going to move my stop a little bit prematurely here on position 1, position 2, and position 3. Done. New hour candle just opened up. Sorry about that. We're going to work back down into this fair value gap here. I just took out that London high. And you know what? I am happy with that, guys. I think I just flattened all. My computer just froze. So that's great. Who knows what happened. But, oh yeah, look at the time even froze and everything. Unresponsive. Cool. Anyways, you guys caught what that was happening there. Hope you had a good one. If you kept on going through this trade, let me know in the comments and what your results were. Thanks.